Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. January 1st, right here on the Little Orchard Farm. Today, we're going to do all kinds of stuff. It's going to be busy. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. And let me be the first to say Happy New Year, January 1st, 2021. Hey, listen, here on the farm, today is a Friday, so everybody's off. Everybody's taking a little time to recuperate and I guess get charged up for the new year. So a lot of the things that we're going to be doing on the cabin this weekend won't be from some of the folks that I'm relying on to come out and do their thing. For example, the guy who did our floor, we got to get that last coat of poly on the floor. My hope is in the next couple of weeks he'll be out. I've got another guy that's going to come out and help me with the drain line, which is really the last real biggie. Countertops, the folks are going to be coming out, I hope, next week to do the templating. So they'll be figuring out what all it needs to look like and then going back and cutting the stone to set in for our countertops. So all of those things are going to be coming in the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of weeks. But as the Christmas holidays wrap up and we move into the new year, folks are taking some downtime and recharging. I get that. For me, today, I'm out here Friday, a day early. Karen will probably come out tomorrow, depending on the weather. If the weather turns off nasty and bad, she probably won't come out because really there won't be a lot for us to do, at least from her perspective. Now, talk about the weather. Man, yesterday was like 40 degrees, the high, which was still a little bit unseasonably warm. Today, it's 71 degrees. Crazy. Which means when we get a warm day like that here in Alabama, there's probably some rough weather around the corner. So a warm front moved through here last night. They produced a lot of rain. The rain kind of tailed off today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. But that won't last. I can almost guarantee it. Probably more rain on the way. But in the meantime, I thought I could probably try to tackle a couple of things that I really, really need to get done. One of which was the second application of ProCal, our liquid lime. If you recall, a couple of months ago, we laid down over a ton of fertilizer and liquid lime. The liquid lime, obviously trying to raise the pH level. I have incredibly acidic soil here on the farm. But my brother-in-law's sprayer, we've blown a fuse, and so he's trying to locate that fuse to get that back working. And so until we try to get that up and running again, I can't spray. But that's all right. One of the other big things on my list is the only thing that I've had an issue with our new Kubota X1140 is when I turn on the key, it shows low fuel, and it's kind of bewildering to me why it is showing low fuel. I have fuel. So one of two things: something's come loose underneath the dash here, or the sensor needs to be replaced. All right, and so those are two of the things, pardon me, that I know of that could be my issue. I think the first thing that I'm going to try to tackle today, though, is to knock this out. Now, I've got some other things. As I mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of folks doing a lot of productive work today or this weekend. I'm going to be taking all of the leftover beadboard and beginning to rip it down into 1x4, 1x6, and 1x2 strips. I've got still a lot of trim to do in the house, and I've got probably 30 boards or so left over, which is great, but I need to rip them down to size. I want to rip them down now, and I want to take them into the cabin and acclimate them to the indoors, because I did notice over one of my doors, over one of my windows, one of the 1x2 strips had shrunk. It had dried out completely, as wood is going to do, and it shrunk up. So I think if I would have gotten paint on it immediately, I could have slowed the shrinkage a little bit. Maybe it would have locked some of that moisture in, but I didn't. And so it's continued to dry and it has shrunk up probably a ½ inch. And that just doesn't look right to me. So I'm probably going to end up removing a piece or two and replacing it. No big deal. But it did teach me a lesson that I need to get the wood cut, moved inside, stack it inside and let it dry inside to acclimate to the indoor temperature and humidity, and go ahead and let it shrink, do its thing, and then I can put it up. I can cut it to size and put it up. First things first, I got probably, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half left of light. I'm going to tear into this Kubota, and we're going to see if I got a bad sensor or whatever the case might be. So yeah, let's do this. I've had a couple of people ask me about my experience so far with our Kubota X1140 since we've had it. We've had it now for 9 months, something like that. And outside of this fuel issue that we're having, really, that's really the only thing that has really given us problems on it. The fact that we've had a couple of flat tires. I probably wished I would have went with some, like Munster tires or something like that. We've had like 2 or 3 flat tires on this thing already. Again, probably a lot of that to do with the user, not with the machine itself. And so been very, very pleased with it. Very, very pleased. I can't think of anything else really that we've had an issue with it, to be quite honest. It's been a great machine. Very, very happy. Just going to remove the screws here, or the bolts rather, that are holding these protective casings in place. And let's take a look and just kind of see what we got. Essentially, I've come up underneath the cover here just to see, because I'm going to have to remove the entire bench to get this plastic covering off, but I have loosened it up enough to look up under here to see what I got. And the first thing that I noticed, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's a little blue wire right there with nothing on the end of it. I think that's supposed to be plugged into that sensor. And so, let me see what I can do with a pair of pliers, because I can see the sensor, and I think I can see I don't know if it's supposed to come off or not. There you have it. Found my issue. From in here, I think I can get it stripped off and get another one on. I've just got to go and figure out where to get this part from right here. Let me show you what I'm looking at in here. So you can see back in there, follow the yellow, follow that yellow cable, this yellow cable right here. Follow it right back up in there, and you can see the little round. That's the sensor, and here is the wire that's supposed to be connecting it. I bet you that's my issue. All right, so now I just got to figure out where I can go get one of those. One of these little guys right here. I've got some crimpers. I think I'll try the Dollar General. For those of you who are not aware, the Dollar General, think of anything on your homestead that you need and it's in a store the size of a very small, very, very tiny supermarket, almost like a little gas station. I don't care what you need, they've got it. Whoever does the store planning for those guys and the layout for those guys and the product management of that organization, brilliant. And so I may just find those at the Dollar General. I'm gonna go try to find out. All right, we've got my parts. Let me see if I can get to it from over here. Just a little bit of a crack. Ooh-wee. A little bit of a crack. A little tiny crack. Let me see if I can feel my way around here. Might be able to get it on there. I think I got it. All right. So I clipped the new clip on there, and well, let's just see. Let's see what happens if I put the key in. All right, let's see what happens here. It's not on, and it shows my my tank level. Hey, we fixed it! Woo! That's awesome. All right, now I'm gonna try to get all the bolts back on, and yeah, mission complete. One task down today before the sun goes down, and it is going down rather quickly. So let me see if I can get this put back together before dark. There really wasn't anything overly complex about that fix, other than the fact that I'm not a ATV, RTV, side-by-side mechanic. But I think it does teach us one thing, and that is that there are going to be things that are going to break on the homestead. And you got to be willing just to jump in and kind of muddle your way through it and fix it, right? I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to do the little things. Now, if this was engine related or something like that, yeah, sure, I would have absolutely had to have resorted to a professional and taken it into the Kubota shop. But this was different. This was a pretty simple fix. You just have to kind of diagnose it and kind of get in there and scratch around and look for the answer. I did a lot of research online, and like I said earlier, there was only a couple of things it could have been. And so it was a pretty easy fix. And so I'm really happy with the outcome. But the lesson I think to learn in it is that you can't be afraid to try. If you're going to be afraid, homesteading is not going to be the lifestyle that you're going to want to lead. I guarantee you that, because there's things that we've done, outside of the cabin as it relates to land management or whatever, the tractor, things that just takes you getting into it and digging around and trying to figure it out. But this was a good win. This is the kind of stuff that like boosts your confidence, right? I mean, it gives you a little confidence. I'll fail a lot, but this one was a good one. I'm happy with that. Well, as you can tell by the sunset, oh, isn't it pretty? The sun is definitely going down, and I think that's going to wrap it up for me this evening anyway. I'll be back out here working tomorrow morning early. I say back out here. I'm staying in the cabin. That's the awesome part about this. I'm staying in the cabin tonight, as we've kind of declared that man, we're gonna live in the cabin. We've got some, things that we have to make some adjustments on, running water and the like. But in fact, I need to go up and turn on the water. So I think I'll do that just right quick. But anyway, yeah. I mean, if you have the look at my hands, they're nasty. If you have the want to, we go back to Southern parlance here. You got to have the want to. If you got the want to, you're likely to succeed. You might just surprise yourself, like I just did. Man, it's beautiful. I think we might be in the 50s. Just spectacular. Look at Fort Bluff. Fort Bluff. Oh, love it. I could do this forever. All right, let's get to cutting. And by the way, Karen has come down. She is in the area. Her and her sister-in-law, Laura, they are going furniture shopping. We're in the market for a couch and a chair. And so that's been her mission. She went to a furniture store yesterday in the Middle Tennessee area up in Nashville. And they told her it would take, she looked at a couch, she liked it. It's one of those little L-shaped thingies. And they said, yes, we can get that for you. It'll be about 26 weeks. 6 months to get a couch. So she said, no. And so now she's gone out. She's come down here to look at a couple of furniture places to see what she can find. We're not waiting 6 months to get a couch. Come on. I built half this cabin in 6 months. Not much more than half. All right, so I've got a good batch of my 6-inch and my 4-inch rips. So I'm gonna move all these inside, and I'll probably finish up the rest of these. I've got a couple of 2-inch rips I need to make, and I've got a little leftover lumber for that. And I should be done for the day. I'll tote these inside, stack them inside, let them be drying out over the next several days. We'll get all the shrinkage out of it, and then I'll be able to cut and hang it. And then I'm going to, I think the next activity for the day is going to be to jump on the tractor, and I'm going to get up here and start clearing out the garden area. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of land work today while it's nice and dry and we got some good weather. It's beautiful weather. No need to be working inside when it's this nice, because we've got some cold weather coming, and that'll be when I want to do the inside work. But while it's nice, I think I'm going to attack some of this outside stuff today. All right, let me get this lumber moved, and we'll go get the tractor out. I've got the tiller loaded up on the tractor here, and I thought what we would do is go up and let's scratch around a little bit. See what we can get ourselves into. By the way, if I haven't said it already, I hate loading up some of these implements. We've even got the quick hitch on a couple of them. We don't own the tiller. But good grief, that PTO is, it's maddening. Let's drive up here so we can get into it. So really, what I wanted to do is to get up here and just see how much or how good this soil is. And it's all compost. It's all decomposed trees. It does have a lot of good soil in it. Right, but it's just a lot of matter that we've piled up out here, burned it, let it, or it's decomposed, or whatever the case might be, and it's really going to be some good composting topsoil. As I showed, I think a little earlier, I put a pile of it right over here. And that is all just this. And so as we get out here and we put, we mark out where we're going to put everything, the first thing that we'll do is we'll till it, which will disturb the soil. We'll cardboard it, lay down our cardboard first layer of lasagna, and then come back through with some compost, and then add peat moss or whatever other amendments we feel like we need to get it to where it's going to be at peak growing conditions. But yeah, I think that's all I really need to do today, was just to scratch that up a bit. I want to wait until I know we kind of get out here and we lay this out. I got a little bit of time. That cardboard will take a couple of months to break down, yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys very much for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful week and a very blessed week. Until we see you again the next time, we will. See ya.